All right, buddy. Johnny Scoville. You guys are my family. Chasetheheat. Here's the deal, you guys. Got an interesting review today. I'm going to need a couple chocolate pods. It's Chocolate Monday. Here's the deal. If you guys have been watching the channel for a while, you know I started my channel off with like an old, really bad camera. Didn't know it was going to turn out to be anything. And then I, changed to a new camera. And I've got a 1080 Sony, which is right here. This is for Facebook. And then right here, got my GoPro. I'm really not happy with my GoPro at all. I got the funny feeling I'm not a very smart guy, you guys. By the way, this is what I'm eating today. Some chocolate pods. Here's the deal. I'm not the smartest guy in the whole world. I'm not very computer savvy. I like that the Sony, I just turn it on. When I turn it on, I know it starts. When I turn it off, I know when it's going to stop. When GoPro, I'll turn it off and it'll cut me off. Like 5 minutes of the video is not there. And I don't even know what the problem is. So today we're going to be doing a live stream with my family here on Facebook. Sony. GoPro. Alright, so these are some chocolate peppers. Who doesn't like chocolate? Who doesn't like chocolate? Come on. Come on. It's for Facebook. And that's for my YouTube family on Old Faithful Sony and the lousy, no good GoPro. You know, someone said to me that I'm doing GoPro on 1080 if I do it on 740. Here's the problem. I'm not even sure if the quality is that much better. You know? What I can tell you is that it takes... I'm a patient dude. I don't lose my patience too often, but it takes me 2 hours, 2.5 hours to upload a video from GoPro. I want to find out who GoPro is. It's not like owned by Sony or Panasonic or Apple. I want to get my hands on the guy who invented the GoPro. And maybe I'm just using it for the wrong application. I shouldn't be a jerk. But anyway, it is what it is. So anyway, what I've got here, 2 hot pods, chocolate pods, grown by my great friend Randy Keaton from Keatley Farms. You guys know what this is? This would be your chocolate reaper. Okay? And then this would be your chocolate 7-pot brown. Now, in a little over 2 years I've done the channel. One of the hot pods I ate all of last season was this pepper. And actually, one of the really, really hot pods I've eaten this season was this pepper. But we're going to eat some chocolate pods today. I'm going to pull the pin on this, and here's why. Someone said to me, "Hey Johnny, you're weighing this pepper. You don't eat the label or the stem." So you shouldn't weigh it. Oh, sorry. Thought that'd be funny. Tastes terrible. All right, so they're right. 7-pot brown. We're going to weigh this bad boy right now. Missing the pin. This is an 8-gram pepper. Now this, we're going to pull the pin off, the cork, or the pin, whatever you want to call it, off this chocolate reaper. And this is just this ferocious little beast. You look angry. Come on, if you're like growing peppers in a field one day and you had like your row of like jalapenos and something weird happened, you had an accidental cross, and this thing popped out on your plant, would you eat it? Would you'd be like inviting a friend over saying, "Hey, John or Susan, whatever, eat this pepper, see what you think of it." All right, so the chocolate reaper is really a little pod. This is a 4-gram pepper. So makes sense. This pod is half the weight of this pod. All right, here's the issue. When you have a pod this small, it can be scary hot. But the truth is, here's what my thoughts are. This is the reason I'm eating both of them. Hi, Randy. This pepper here is arguably one of the hottest peppers in the world. So is this. I'm willing to bet you I made two of them in the same review, so it's not. It's a little bit challenging, but I'll bet you this pot here is much hotter than this pot. Even if this pot's hotter, this is going to appear hotter because of how large it is and how much oil it's got. The old faithful Justin Yanko from the Philippines gave me this. All right, folks. Ugly. Ugly, ugly. Unless, of course, you folks are pepper people, then it's pretty, pretty, pretty. And if you're really in the know, then it's pretty ugly, because you know it's going to be brutal. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a quick shot of the interior of this pot. It's a thin-walled pepper. I think that the Reaper is... You hear that? I think this pod's going to have a slightly thicker pepper wall than the Reaper. But you can see the placenta on it, and then the kind of gnarly. Really oily and shiny inside. That means oil. And what do I shoot first? We got the 7-pot brown. We got this ferocious little Reaper. I'll eat the Reaper first. Theoretically, I shoot the pod that I think is the hotter. No. Nah, I'm going to eat the 7-pot brown first. I don't know why. It's kind of waffling, going back and forth. I'm Johnny Scoville from Randy Keaton, Keaton Farms. Chasetheheat. Blah. Oh. You know, I'm looking at the Sony camera, looking at the Facebook. I'm ignoring you. GoPro. Irritate me. GoPro. Here's the weird thing. I got this weird feeling that if I just get the settings right, it's all right. But I don't have time to do like 8 hours of uploading a day. Do you have that? I don't. All right, so that's the first pepper. Sure, 7-pot brown. Had a little bit more floral than the last 7-pot I had. And it was a little bit more bitter. But again, those are the flavors that have left me already, and now I'm just left with like the cartoons and stuff. Alright, so scale from 1 to 10, that pod would be a 3 for me. It's a hot pot. It's just, it really is. It's right up there with the Chocolate Bootla, the BTR, the Bootla Scorpion, the Reaper, the Primo, Jigsaw. Top pot. The burns on my Now it's all over because it is spread around with the water. But do that, you guys. If you ever eat hot pod, notice before you drink any water. You'll have the burn will be focused in a certain spot. Drink a little bit of water, swish it around, and that burn is literally all over. Parts of your mouth you never thought a pepper ever reached. Kind of a cool thing. 3. For me. More floral than the last one. Oh. Ah. Ah. No, that'll switch the burn around. Let me get it going. Okay, so here's what I'm dealing with. The Reaper, Chocolate Reaper was far more floral than the 7-Pot Brown was. Heat, I would say, is probably fairly similar. However, the burn with the 7-Pot was mostly on my tongue and my lips, tip of my tongue. The burn from the Reaper is, we'll go with the Tommy Boy reference. Some of you guys don't get it. Not so much here or here, but right in here. The burn is a throat burn, much more so with the 7-Pot, the Reaper, the Chocolate Reaper, than the 7-Pot Brown. Strong flame, though. I think they're probably equal in flame, and the reason I say that is when I ate the Reaper, the Chocolate Reaper second, it didn't make the overall flame in my mouth any worse. So I'm saying they're probably both. It's pretty similar. You guys see fumes? Relatively hot. I like the burn, though. You know, here's the neat thing. I was hoping this would happen. My ears are burning. Excuse me. You know what? Excuse me. Pardon me. Pepper. You know what happens when you get the when the adrenaline, the endorphin rush happens? It just kind of gives you the beautiful flavors on a palate, and it kind of the endorphins, the dopamine in your natural body's sort of painkiller softens it up, and you just have this really neat feeling. My fingers tingle. I've said this before. You know, the very first time it ever happened, I swear to you, I looked at my hands and I felt like I would somehow see them vibrate because they felt like they were vibrating. Didn't see it. I felt like it. My ears are burning. It's not just like a tingling or a pressure. You know when you're on a plane and you're at that weird spot when the plane takes off where you're like, you gotta pop your ears? That's sort of what happens with me, but it burns. It's not just a pressure feeling, because I feel that right, the atmosphere is pressure right now, but it burns. It's like literal burning. Oh. I've often thought if you could just sell this on the street, you know, you can make, but you can sell this on the street. People are chasing the wrong buzz. Remember that song from a million years ago? Huey Lewis and the News, I Want a New Drug. You young guys know what I'm talking about. I think Huey Lewis was a pepperhead. Or was on the path. I need to find him because I could help him with his new drug. Ears are still popping. Interesting. All right, so it's certainly on the back side of the heat. The heat for me never rose above a 3, so it was about an 8 for a non-chili. But hot, you know, it'd be disturbing for some people if you're not used to it. You know, the funny thing is, the more you get used to eating peppers, you know the pain's going to come, you know the hurt's going to come. You're looking for the flavors, and it's kind of a cool thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. To me, it's a cool thing. So we're going to wrap this thing up right now. And this is going to be a cool thing because we're going to stop it first on the Sony, because I know when I push stop on the Sony, guess what? It's going to stop. Watch this. You ready? Stick around here, and you stick GoPro. Oh. Make me mad. You. Love you guys a lot. Thanks for hanging out. You guys stick around. Don't go anywhere. Sony camera. Thank you for sticking around and being reliable. Love you, Sony. I push the button, it starts. Crazy enough. I push the button. Not going to believe it. It stops. Right here. Oh, below in the description box, you'll see a link for Randy Keaton, Keatley Farms. He will grow, and he will produce, and he will send you at a fair price the hottest peppers you'll probably ever eat. Good stuff. Right here, you'll see the Chasetheheat floating pepper. When you see that, you click on it. If you have it, I don't know what. You know what? Even if you have, double check to make sure it's still there. A lot of people are like find themselves that were subscribed, not. Double check. Click that pepper though when you do your part of the family. If you don't want to miss a video, click the bell for notification, and you won't miss any. I love you guys a lot, Sony. I love you, Sony. Sony's a good thing. I love you guys, my family. But I'm Johnny Scoville. This was Chasetheheat. Now we're gonna do this with you, GoPro. Smack you all over my lawn. That's what I feel like doing. You know that? Here's the deal. With the here, let me show you something, you guys. See where I do the Sony. I see a little camera of me. I can see me doing my own camera. I'm like, I see. You know what I mean? It's off. GoPro doesn't do that, but what it does have, it has a little teeny screen, and I can see that it's still saying the time. It's still showing, progressing the minutes. So it should be filming still, right? What do you want to bet when I'm done uploading this? There's something that didn't come across. Oh. So anyway, GoPro. Go to the description box. My family, I still love you if you're watching me on GoPro, but go to the description box. You'll see a link for Randy Keaton. Click it. Get some peppers from him. Right here, you'll see a pepper. GoPro. All right? Even if you're pretending you're still filming, no faith in you whatsoever. Zero faith in GoPro. But right there is the pepper. Click that pepper and you're part of our family, okay? If you don't want to miss a video, you probably don't even need to, because this thing isn't going to film it all, because that's how GoPro is. I'm sorry. At any rate, click that bell for notification. We'll let you know we upload new ones. I'm going to now, you guys watch this, right? Still going. Still says, I should show you. Still showing that it's recording. I'm going to reach over right now. You guys have heard me say at the end of it, right? I love you guys. You stick around here. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this was Chasetheheat. I don't trust you, GoPro. Not even as far as I can throw you. I can throw you a long way, I bet. Johnny Scoville.